Hello everyone. In this video, we will explore the meaning and commentary of the third to fifth names among the 1000 names in the Sri Lalita Sahasranama Stotra. The third name of the mother goddess Sri Lalita, Srimat Simhasaneshwari, beautifully captures her role as the supreme ruler seated on a lion, symbolizing her unparalleled power and authority. The lion, known for its ferocity and dominance as the king of animals, serves as her vehicle, underscoring her formidable strength and capacity to dissolve the universe. The name Srimat Simhasaneshwari can be broken down to reveal its profound meaning. Srimat signifies the supreme reverence and honor bestowed upon her in her role as the ultimate destroyer. Simha means lion, and its root word himsa signifies destruction. Asanam refers to her seat or throne, and Ishwari denotes her position as the ruler. Together, this name portrays her as the majestic queen who governs from her throne, embodying the power to destroy and transform the universe. Interestingly, the first three names in this sacred list begin with the syllable Sri, which represents prosperity and wealth, symbolized by the goddess Lakshmi and consort of Sri Mahavishnu. This connection also implies that those who worship Lalitambika with devotion will be blessed with material prosperity. According to the ancient text Gnanarnava, there are 8 powerful mantras known as Simhasana mantras, which are performed at the 4 sides of the Bindu or central point in the Sri Chakra, as well as one in the Bindu itself. These mantras are associated with the worship of 24 goddesses, and this name Srimat Simhasaneshwari highlights Lalitambika's role as the sovereign ruler over these goddesses. The first 3 names in this sacred list reflect the supreme nature of Lalitambika, emphasizing her roles as the creator, sustainer, and dissolver of the universe. As the dissolver, she destroys the sinful but ensures that her true devotees are absorbed into her divine essence, a process known as Laya or spiritual merger. This profound connection with the goddess offers devotees not just material wealth but also the ultimate spiritual union with the divine. The fourth name of the mother goddess Sri Lalita, Chidagnikunda Sambhuta, carries a profound meaning that highlights her role as the supreme consciousness that dispels ignorance and darkness. The name is composed of several elements: Chit, Agni, Kunda and Sambhuta. Chit refers to the Nirguna Brahman, which is the ultimate reality or consciousness without any attributes. It represents the pure, foundational consciousness that underlies everything. Agni Kunda refers to a fire altar, a sacred space where fire sacrifice are performed by offering oblations. Sambhuta means born or emerged. However, this name should not be taken literally to mean that the goddess was born from a fire altar. Instead, it signifies that she is the embodiment of supreme consciousness whose presence dispels ignorance, much like how light removes darkness. Here, the darkness represents ignorance or avidya, while the fire altar symbolizes the source of light and knowledge that dispels this ignorance. This idea is beautifully echoed in the Bhagavad Gita, where Lord Krishna explains that just as fire turns wood into ashes, the fire of knowledge consumes all karma, both good and bad. The complete understanding of the pure Brahman, the ultimate reality that resides within us, has the power to dissolve all our accumulated karma. In essence, Chidagnikunda Samputa represents the goddess as the pure consciousness that illuminates our inner being, dispelling the illusions and ignorance of the material world. Through her divine light, she guides us toward true knowledge, freeing us from the cycle of karma and leading us to ultimate liberation. The fifth name of the mother goddess Sri Lalita, Devakarya Samudyata, highlights her divine role in coming to the aid of the gods known as Devas. This name signifies her readiness to assist the Devas in their struggles, particularly against the forces of darkness and ignorance, often symbolized by demons or asuras. In ancient stories, the Devas found themselves in battle with these demons who represented chaos and evil. The goddess, in her infinite compassion and power, manifested herself to ensure that the Devas would triumph over the Asuras. This victory is not just a physical battle but a spiritual one, where the forces of light and knowledge defeat the forces of ignorance and darkness. Since the Devas are embodiments of goodness and virtue, she always supports them in their endeavors. One might wonder why the goddess, who is one with the Brahman, the ultimate reality, would need to manifest herself anew to defeat these demons. The answer lies in understanding her dual nature. She is both the supreme consciousness known as Prakasha and the dynamic force of that consciousness known as Vimarsa. Prakasha represents pure awareness, the self-revelation of Shiva, while Vimarsa represents Shakti, the self-consciousness that brings about the world's creation and actions. Though she is inherently one with Shiva, she manifests in this dynamic form to fulfill her divine purpose. This name subtly highlights her Prakasa aspect, her pure, illuminating consciousness that acts to dispel darkness and ignorance. This dual nature of hers is also reflected in an important teaching from the Yoga Vasishtha, where she describes her two forms. The ordinary form with hands and legs, which is worshipped by those who may not yet understand her true essence, and her supreme, formless aspect, which is beyond all attributes and is the pure Brahman, the ultimate reality. In this context, the demons or asuras represent ignorance or avidya, while the devas symbolize knowledge or vidya. By helping the devas, she is essentially aiding those who seek true knowledge and understanding of the Brahman. In essence, Devakarya Samyudyata illustrates the goddess's eternal commitment to guiding her devotees toward the light of knowledge, overcoming the darkness of ignorance, and leading them to spiritual liberation. The meanings and commentaries of other names from the 1000 names in the Sri Lalita Sahasranama Stotra are also available as separate videos on this channel, organized under the playlist titled Sri Lalita Sahasranama Stotra Explained. We encourage you to watch all of those videos as well. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and share it with your friends and relatives. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching this video. We wish you all the best and eagerly look forward to seeing you in future videos. Goodbye and Namaste.